Astrology friends and family from around the world. This is Lada from Astrolada.com, and these are your July 2022 video horoscopes. To watch the extended version, where I also talk about world events and all the rest of the 12 signs are together in one video, check out my main channel, Ladaduncheva. Or to watch the short version, you can watch it at my channel, new channel, Astrolada, where there is one video for each of the 12 signs, which is 7-8 minutes long. And by the way, before we start, I want to tell you that this is the last time this year that I'm offering my courses, astrology courses made by me at a promotional price of 25%. So grab the deal if you're interested in learn astrology with me. Now let's begin.
Now, Leo's sun, moon, or rising. Well, we have, I think Leos are quite protected this month because Jupiter is making a trine to their sign, is in a fire sign. It's in their ninth house, the house of the divine, of luck, of God, So almost like your intuition, your higher mind is protecting you. You almost will feel like you'll be at the right place at the right time. You'd get like intuitive downloads, what is the right thing to say, and the higher perspective and how to act from a higher moral ground. And this is exactly what makes you lucky, not that by some chance you're lucky. It's this kind of a higher moral grounding, a higher perspective that Jupiter in the ninth house is granting you. But Jupiter is becoming slow, almost like doesn't move for the whole month and turns retrograde at the end, which means that your higher mind, there is a shift happening in your higher perspective, in your belief system. The ninth house rules your whole belief system. It's almost like it slows down first, and your perspective on the whole world or your whole life starts to shift in a different direction. And it can help you see things from a very different perspective over the next 4 months while Jupiter is retrograde in your ninth house. Almost like deconstructing your old beliefs and actually the much more wiser beliefs filtering out in your higher self, in your higher consciousness it's very expansive having Jupiter in the ninth house, which continues. But during the retrograde period, maybe it's more time to going within about your belief system and learning how and changing them. It's almost like alchemical change that is happening in your perspective about different topics, many topics in your life. So it's allowing you to shift your higher consciousness and your beliefs about certain things this period. So it's kind of internal process. And then when Jupiter turns direct in a few months, in 3-4 months from now, you will be you'll have a much more expanded vision for yourself, much more positive expectations of the future, much more positive attitudes and more truthful attitudes about big matters in your life. And it can be very, very liberating, almost like the work that Jupiter retrograde will want to do that is to really expand you internally. So after that, you can see huge external expanse when Jupiter turns direct in your circumstances, material and life circumstances. But first, it will be the internal process that's happening that will be very liberating. On another level, the ninth house is matters regarding foreign travel, faraway places. So some of you might have a chance to travel to a place they've been before to, or that they've been wanting to go for a while and planning. And now when Jupiter turns retrograde, you can go there. But it's not something totally new that appears and you travel there. Or it can also indicate some of you can go back to studying something that some wisdom, some knowledge, or some courses or classes that you wanted to study before, that you studied before. You can revise them. Or some of you might be revising and studying for university during this retrograde period for exams and so on, while others can be really rethinking what they want to study, and they might change like a course of study from one university subject to another. Or say if you're an astrologer, Jupiter retrograde in your ninth house, you might decide to study a different astrology system than before, to revise like, maybe I should use Western rather than Vedic, or, to re-examine your belief system, your knowledge, your higher knowledge, your knowledge of any sorts. So some of you might be going back to school. For others, it might be going back to working on some project that includes learning, or some project that includes teaching and really developing it, or on some project that involves expansion of the mind in some sort, revisioning your beliefs, revisioning your future, and pre-qualifying of some sort as well. Or there might be some also delay or having to work extra hard on foreign documents and relocation of some sort as well, foreign, something to do with foreign places and visas and so on. Okay, but of course, when Jupiter turns direct, you can get great results. But Jupiter is protecting you from there, from the house of luck. Even when it's moving retrograde, it's a bit more internalized, but still it has very protective energy on you. The big thing is that, of course, the Sun and Mercury are entering your sign at the end of the month. So from July 21st, you're going to start 22nd, 23rd, you're going to start feeling very much more powerful, much more energized. Till that time, you might feel a little bit less so, because the Sun is in your 12th house. Mercury is in your 12th house till July the 20th, the Sun till July 22nd, 23rd. So you might feel a little bit more tired. So it's good to give yourself a break as well, to spend more time alone, or to sleep more if you can, and to go in a faraway country. This is another thing the 12th house rules. Or to be more meditative, more introspective, or just like spend time more like reading and resting and so on. And then Mercury enters your sign from July 20th, the Sun from July 23rd. You come into your power. You feel empowered and energized. Even if your immune system was weaker, it will strengthen after that. You'd feel like the roaring lion that you are, whether it's your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Renewal is coming. And while Venus is keeping your social life pretty pleasant, Venus will be in your 11th house till July the 19th. So if you want to really feel things to happen easy, you do 11th house things till July 19th, while the other planets are in your 12th house, Mercury and the Sun. So you're feeling a bit more, not so motivated, but good things are coming to you from friends, like get together with friends, so pleasant social exchanges. It can be more gainful financially as well. Venus in the 11th. You can have some pleasant experiences in concerts, or going to lectures, or with like-minded people, because 11th house rules like groups of people. You can also use that time to become more public in a way. The public will accept you in a more positive way, more welcoming, to bring out a product to the public, or in social media to announce something. 11th house, also marketing, connecting with clients and so on. Those things go smoothly and hopefully more gainful. Then the other big thing that is happening is that it's going to be your 10th house. That's the most powerfully activated. So I think Leo, this month is extremely eventful at the end of the month. The first 3 weeks, sleep more, relax more, meet with friends, more pleasant experiences. But when towards the end of the month, all the most important events are happening then, when Jupiter is turning retrograde in your 9th house. We talked about that, what it means when there is a new moon in Leo on the 28th of July. So that's when you really start coming into your power, but where a lot of new beginnings start. What does it mean? There is a new moon at 5 degrees Leo, especially if you're born around the 26th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 30th of July. You're going to feel very strongly, but all Leos, and that's a very beneficial new moon. So this is when new beginnings start for you. This is when new downloads start happening for you onwards. And oftentimes, if you're Leo Sun, this is when the most important events, you'll notice them around the time of the new moon in your sign, that they'll give you a direction for the next 12 months. And something that you have to pay the most attention for in the next 1 year, you'd notice it around the new moon, or around your birthday if you're a Leo Sun. If you're Leo Ascendant or Moon, again, there is some kind of a renewal, new opportunities coming to you, with the Leo moon's more on a personal level, with family, with relationships and emotional matters, but it's positive new things that are coming. While with the ascendant, it's on your path in life overall. So welcome those new opportunities. They start coming from July 28th for you, and they're positive because of the trine of Jupiter. There's good karma there. They'll unfold easily. And if you want to do something good, do it from the July 29th, July 30th, right after the new moon. Just wait till the moon starts becoming visible, and it's going to flow. But there is another big, huge thing happening at the end of the month, and you can feel it the whole month. I'm quite certain some of you will feel the whole month, that Uranus, North Node, and Mars together in your 10th house, Leos, in Taurus. This is such a rare conjunction. It happens very rarely, those three planets to meet. And all of them carry the energy. It's disruptive energy. It's chaotic, out of the blue. And it's connected to your career, authority figures, institutions, something new that surprises you, but it's also very innovative. It's something very new that's coming to you, especially Leos that are born around 17, 18, 19 degrees. They can feel it very strong. 20 degrees. That's where the conjunction is happening in July, and in August it carries through. So something sudden, maybe for some of you it can mean like suddenly new career, suddenly new, and it can suddenly rise very quickly. Rahu, the North Node, they rise very quickly out of the blue. Some of it can be a shakeup, like the stability of your social status is shaken up. Some big surprise happening there, some big fast developments. For some of you, it can be some big surprise or development with institutions or authority figures or father figures. It can be a crisis as well. It's Uranus, Mars. It's unpredictable. It can be something very good, like something very good happening in your life through the career, through new ideas for career, but it can also be connected to one of the parents, that's authority figures, that is surprising or shocking, or that's requires very quick adaptations, also with your social status, with your career, with bosses, and so on. So you have to be adaptable. It's just warning you to know that there is powerful new energies there. Maybe something collectively happens that affects your career as well. So that's very much what it is for you. But again, I think there's a lot of protection for you, no matter what happens to whatever happens with Uranus, Mars, North Node in your 10th house, which is one of the important houses because of the Jupiter trine to your sign, guys. That's the big protection that is holding you, so you can hold up like on a very higher perspective and react very philosophically and react from a noble point of view. And there is lucky circumstances to help no matter what happens.